Now let's dive into the heart of the matter. In recent months, former President Donald Trump has increased American involvement in Iraq. He's been sending more personnel to support Iraq in completing its economic reforms and preparing for entry into the World Trade Organization. This is a major move with long-term implications. Iraqi officials have been clear about their goals. They want to raise the purchasing power of Iraqi citizens. And that means building a stronger, more stable economy. One of the recent developments signaling real progress is that the Central Bank of Iraq has expanded the foreign currency transfer options available to local banks. They've added new currencies like the Jordanian dinar and Saudi riyal, and now allow the euro to be used for trade with Turkey. These join a growing list that already includes the US dollar, UAE dirham, Chinese yuan, and Indian rupee. This diversification effort helps streamline trade and makes cross-border transactions more efficient, all at official exchange rates. It's also a step toward aligning Iraq's financial infrastructure with international banking standards. What's important to understand is that this isn't just about Iraq. It's part of a larger global shift. For a while now, this economic transformation has had the backing of powerful global institutions. The U.S. Treasury, the Federal Reserve, the International Monetary Fund, the World Bank, and the Bank of International Settlements. Their involvement signals that this is a coordinated international effort, not just an isolated national reform. It took someone with Trump's background, someone with business sense, to recognize the potential Iraq holds, not just for its people, but also for American businesses. But before any major investments can happen, Trump understands that the perception of Iranian influence in Iraq needs to be addressed. That's a crucial piece of the puzzle in making Iraq a viable destination for global business. With that in mind, we're seeing a clearer picture of U.S. foreign policy toward Iraq, and it's encouraging. There's a renewed focus on creating the right environment for investment, trade, and growth. An environment that benefits both Iraq and its partners. Let's shift focus a bit and look at something that impacts everyone living in Iraq, the value of their national currency. The stability of the Iraqi dinar against the US dollar isn't just a matter for economists, it affects everyday life. For many years, the dinar fluctuated significantly in value. This created uncertainty in the market and hardship for ordinary people. Prices could change overnight, making it difficult to plan, budget, or save. Today, however, there are signs of meaningful stability. This is a big deal. It means families can go shopping without worrying about massive price swings. Businesses can set prices more confidently, and consumers can make decisions without fearing sudden inflation. This kind of stability brings calm to the economy and encourages growth. How did Iraq reach this turning point? It took serious commitment. The government has been addressing long-standing issues in both politics and finance. One of the biggest wins has been cracking down on the parallel market, which is where currencies are traded unofficially and often at inflated rates. With the official exchange rate gaining strength and becoming more widely used, there's been a shift in market dynamics. This is good news for ordinary Iraqis who just want to buy essentials at fair prices. Stabilizing the dinar sets off a chain reaction. Businesses benefit, jobs are created, and people feel more secure in their financial futures. The economy, in turn, becomes more attractive to both local and foreign investors. We're already seeing signs of this in the form of new infrastructure and construction projects, which are clear indicators of growing confidence. Of course, there are skeptics. Some wonder whether this new stability is sustainable. It's a fair concern. Economic reform is never guaranteed. There are always risks and setbacks. But Iraq's fundamentals are strong. It has vast natural resources, a youthful population, and increasing global interest. If policymakers stay the course and maintain discipline, there's real hope for lasting stability and prosperity. Part of this reform includes one of the most talked about initiatives, removing 3 zeros from the dinar's exchange rate. This isn't just symbolic. It's a practical move aimed at strengthening the currency and making it more usable in everyday life. When a currency is too bulky, when prices for basic goods run into the hundreds of thousands, it can undermine public confidence. Simplifying it makes things clearer and more practical. To make this work, the Central Bank of Iraq will need to introduce lower denomination banknotes. This will help people adapt to the new pricing structure and make transactions easier. Imagine going to a store and paying just a few dinars for groceries instead of carrying large stacks of currency. That's what this reform can offer, a more functional modern monetary system. Still, removing zeros won't be enough on its own. The real challenge lies in building and maintaining trust in the dinar. That means continuing sound monetary policies, ensuring transparency, and making sure people, both inside and outside Iraq, believe in the currency's value. The central bank's mission is to restore that confidence, which is essential if the country hopes to fully integrate with global markets. Why is this happening now? Iraq is in a period of rebuilding and recovery after years of conflict. A stable and respected national currency is a symbol of sovereignty and progress. It tells the world that Iraq is serious about its future and ready to stand on its own 2 feet economically. But timing is everything. If these reforms are rushed, they could backfire. History is full of examples of countries that tried to change their currency too quickly, only to face chaos and inflation. That's why the central bank needs to be deliberate and cautious, making sure the right conditions are in place before implementing major changes. As these developments unfold, their impact will be felt not just in Iraq, but across the Middle East and beyond. Trade ties will strengthen. Economic partnerships will deepen. Iraq could become a regional leader in stability and innovation, but only if reforms continue and the public remains engaged. Patience will be critical. Economic recovery takes time, and the path forward won't always be smooth. But if the Iraqi people stay informed, participate in the national conversation, and hold their leaders accountable, the chances of long-term success are much higher. Before we wrap up, I want to thank you for being part of this important conversation. If you found this video helpful, please like it, share it with friends, and subscribe for more updates. And I'd love to hear your thoughts. What are your hopes for Iraq's economic future? Do you think these changes will last? Let us know in the comments. Thanks for watching, and until next time, stay informed and stay engaged.